Hi, I'm Jenny, your certified high performance coach, and I am here today to talk to you about physiology. And the first thing I want to talk about is your mental energy. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how connected are you mentally today? 1 being really low, 10 being, yeah, I'm awesome. If you're on the lower side, what's something you can do this week to boost that up? And if you're on the higher side, then what's something you can do to maintain that consistency, right? The next thing I want to talk about is your physical energy. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough water? Are you eating a balanced diet? Are you getting movement during the day? Because we want to move every 50 minutes during the day. So set an alarm if you have a desk job or just if you're sitting at home. Every 50 minutes, get up and do something. Stretch, move your arms, do arm circles, do toe touches, anything you can to get some kind of movement in every 50 minutes. And the next thing I want to talk about is your spiritual energy. That can be whatever you want. If you're religious, if you're not religious, it doesn't matter. What are you doing, or how are you, first of all, on a scale of 1 to 10 with your spiritual energy? And what are you doing to boost that up during the week? If you find that you're kind of missing in one of these 3 areas, identify which area you're missing something in first. And then pick something that you can do to kind of raise that score up during the week, because we want to be up towards the higher end of that scale on a normal basis, because that means everything's in flow, everything's going good for you. The next thing I want to talk about is your internal physiology. Actually, excuse me, it's your external. But first thing is eye contact, right? So if you're in a meeting, if you're giving a presentation, if you're having a conversation with somebody, what is your eye contact? What is your face doing, right? A lot of us have a tendency to kind of roll our eyes if we hear something we don't like, but the person we're talking to can see that, right? So how can you control your eye contact and your face to look like you're engaged with them, to look like you care about what they're telling you, to show that care and compassion rather than looking bored and indifferent, because that's not something that we want to do. The next thing is your voice, okay? A lot of us don't pay attention to what we sound like when we're talking. And how this can play out is if you're having a conversation with your spouse or your partner, right? And your temper is kind of flaring and you raise your voice and they're like, "Why are you yelling at me?" Like, I'm not yelling at you. To them, your voice sounds like you're yelling. To you, it just sounds like you're being expressive, right? So you need to really pay attention to what your voice is doing when you're talking to somebody, when you're having that hard conversation, when you're giving a presentation, okay? The next thing that I wanted to bring up is posture, okay? Are you slouched over, hunched into yourself? Or are you sitting back, kind of relaxed, with your shoulders back, having a good posture? Because when you're having good posture, good alignment, you're breathing better, you're more awake, you're just in a whole better situation, right? And then the fourth one I want to talk about is gestures, okay? What are you doing with your arms and your hands while you're talking? Are you sitting back like this? Are you like this? Do you talk a lot with your hands like I do? Pay attention to what's going on with your physical self when you're talking to somebody, when you're giving a presentation, when you're sitting in a meeting, anything like that. Okay, and then the next topic I wanted to bring up is confidence in yourself, in your ability to go after your goals if you feel like others aren't supporting you. Because I'm here to tell you that there are many, many times when people are not going to understand why you're going for a certain goal. They're not going to understand why you're putting in the hard work, right? Me, for example, I've had a fantastic job. I've been there for 20 years, but I wasn't fulfilled. So I became a high performance coach so that I could help others meet their full potential, bring more joy into their life, because that is what is fulfilling to me. Some people didn't understand that because I had tried other things before and failed at it, or I tried them and changed my mind. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. They are your goals, right? All that matters is what makes your soul happy, is it what you get out there and do. So it doesn't matter if Grandma Jackie says, "No, I don't understand why you want to go do that." So what? She doesn't have to understand. It is not her place to understand. It is your place to go out there and work for those goals. So have confidence in yourself, right? Pay attention to your physiology during the day. Pay attention to what kind of steps you need to take to improve how you show up in the world. And the more you pay attention to how you show up in the world, the more likely it is that you're going to build that confidence and go out there and get those goals no matter what anybody says to you. So you go out there, you be you, and you rock the day.